deep into my interest in older garments. This one is pretty bare bones. Again, probably the Sunday best of a woman who was not of great means. You can see how tightly it's sewn there. Like, if the panels of the skirt were all laid out, it would be this, like...
huge piece of fabric?
Yeah, it would be this huge,
Wow.
like, rectangle. Or, yeah.
But they used every bit for this one.
Yeah, which is... And, this... It's a very wearable size. Something that kind of, I don't know what the right wording would be. Something that I think needs to be debunked.
Right.
Is the idea that women were so much smaller
Right.
In past decades. Oftentimes, like clothing of what we might call a modern wearable size, those were the pieces that were just worn out because those were the sizes people were.
Yes.
So those are the garments that no longer exist.
Right.
And the ones we have, or a lot of examples that are in museums, are the really special garments that would have been worn, you know, like super special occasion, like wedding, like a woman, when a woman is still quite young, and it's a day that involves a lot of vanity. So
Yes.
you know, she would be corseted, of course.
All the tighter and
yeah. And so that's why I'm really pleased with this piece. I have more recent pieces that are in larger sizes that show a lot of wear that thankfully weren't thrown out. But this piece is in like fantastic condition.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, this is maybe a 28-inch waist.
Right. Rather
So
than all the
not tiny, but not frumpy at all.
No.
Like, this is gorgeous. Oops.
They want to be together.
They want to be together, yeah. Okay. And I'm glad we can look more closely at this one because, yeah, again, this one is boned. Not fully though, which is interesting. But just so cute and whimsical.
And this has... I thought I had seen...
Well, it has this portion here of the skirt.
Which was confusing.
Yeah, comes up and it hooks in right here. Which is interesting because this is a detail that I associate more so with much later garments.
Right. So maybe it had alteration at some point, or?
Perhaps. I wouldn't be surprised if it was original, but it is something very interesting. Okay, so, oops, this is the tiny guy.
Yeah, it's a little fragile.
Yeah, but I was so excited when I found it because I had never seen an 1830s piece for sale before. And I just about lost my mind. And I talked to the dealer for so long.
Yeah.
And actually what happened was I was so excited that she kind of talked the price down herself.
Oh.
So it kind of like throughout our conversation kind of got lower and lower. I mean, that's not to say this was cheap.
Yeah.
This was my special
Splurge?
piece, my splurge from that trip.
Yeah.
And
this was the Paris.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, all that little fine work inside.
Yeah. And you can see that this is, it's very flat.
And that's the
Hand
for it.
tools were used.
And then the beginning.
And then the beginning and the end.
Yes.
This has some really, really beautiful detailing here that kind of pulls out colors from the print. Both of these pieces have a wide neckline, which I'm quite fond of aesthetically.
So that have been just wearing sort of bare necks like that? Or
Yeah.
Was there,
Well,
did they wear something underneath?
well, yes, they did wear a special scarf called a fichu for modesty, but it kind of also depends on the setting,
Okay.
whether like how much skin is necessary to cover, right?
Right.
So, I guess. Anyway, you can see here where the stitching was done to kind of bring it in up here. Like imagine that cinched in with that big poofiness. Like that's pretty dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is one of my treasured pieces, and I need to take care of my baby.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for sharing your beautiful collection and knowledge with us. It's been, lovely to get to see all of these pieces and kind of go through each of them. And thank you to everyone who's watched our little series on Victorian fashions. And we will see you again soon for something else down the road. Bye.
Thank you.